Hello YouTube, my name's Charlie, playing a beautiful course, the Manor House at Combe. Playing by myself today because of a couple of last minute dropouts and people unavailable, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to film my first video. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Fairly happy with the tee shot, went slightly right, but that's alright on this hole. Slightly up to the right down here, just off the edge of the fairway. Should have about 80 yards in. Pins at the front, so good chance to get for a par. Let's have it. Okay, so hole 2 coming up. Bit of a nightmare on the first. Camera fell over when I was putting, which was not great. But anyway, bogeyed it, so that I'll take that and move on to the 2 holes down. Haven't been able to film barely any golf yet, which is good. Tried to set the phone up then on the buggy, and it just kept falling down. Took me about 3 minutes until I gave up. So I think that might be a bit of a story of the day today. So anyway, parred the hole, nice up and down, happy with that. Just missed the green with the tee shot. Move on to hole 3. This is one of my favourites, this, but it's really difficult. Let's have it. Okay, so I actually managed to film that tee shot for once. Fairly happy with the swing, just I think direction there, slightly off to the right. Might be in a bit of trouble, but should find it. Yards in there. Drive went a little bit out of bounds, so I just punched it out up the fairway. A nice 5-wood, all below the feet. Just going to try and get it down there a little bit. Get a shot into the green. Okay. We might have just gone slightly off there, but bad first putt, but did manage to sink the 5-footer. Wow, whatever that was, probably 10 foot. So in for double bogey in the end, which we'll take on this hole. Index 1. So par 3, about 200 yards. Free rescue in hand. Someone's on the green, so they've hit a bad shot. We'll try and get this close. Bunkers up there as well. So need to hit this well. Trying to aim for the green. Not too worried about where this goes. Get it out there. Nice swing. Expecting this to fade quite a bit, so trying to start a bit left. Get after it though. Nope, in the bunker. Good swing, but okay, I'm not sure maybe if the wind held that up a little bit. Good strike. I did have a feeling it was gonna come up a little bit short there. It's quite a long par 3. It's 201 yards to the pin today, so I don't necessarily have a club that works for me bang on 200. I did think that I had a good chance of getting there, but it looks like they're going to be playing out the bunker. Hopefully we can get up and down and save a little par. Okay, so we are in the bunker, as feared. It's a fairly long bunker shot this, so going to be fairly challenging, but give it a good whack, try and get it close. Okay, fairly happy with that. That stopped on the green, which is good. Would have liked it to run a little bit more. Looking at about 12 feet putt to save a par. Let's do it. Okay, happy with that. Happened bogey. Slight misread, in all honesty. Pace was good. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so absolutely smashed one down the middle there. Really nice drive, played it to the left. So I know I tend to miss right a lot of the time, so camera fell over unfortunately, but you'll have to take my word for it. So there's trouble on the right, bunkers, which I missed. Probably carried out about 240 yards off the tees there, so still gonna be a long way in. It's a par 4, but potentially just gonna lay up here. It is quite a difficult shot. Okay, so camera fell over again. Starting to realise I might be slightly under-equipped to be able to do this, but I'm going to keep going. Probably only going to send this video to my dad anyway, so sorry Dad, but you gave me the idea of being a YouTuber, so I guess you'll have to stick it out until I get good at this. Little chip onto the green here. Pin is right at the front, so I'm going to try and land it short and let it just trickle on. Let's give it a go. Playing it low off the back here. Go. Okay. Missed the landing point altogether there. Close. Next hole, 434 yards to the pin, par 5 this hole. Decent hole actually, it's gettable. I'm going to be sort of aiming my drive up here, trying to peel it off this spot here and land it up on the right, and that will sort of give me a good crack at a 5 wood to try and get it towards the green. Probably won't reach it, but we'll try. Okay, just trying it a decent tee shot here. Hopefully this one should be on camera. Last one was straight down the middle, but phone fell over, so try again. As I said, I'm going to try and peel it off that landing spot to the left. Hopefully it'll peel back towards the fairway. Okay, perfect. Right down the middle there. Basically where we was aiming, so hopefully, see how what the yardage is. I reckon it might be a bit further. So if we can hit maybe a 3 or a 5 wood in there, see how we go. This is coming out a lot further when I'm actually getting towards my ball. I think I'm probably going to have about 230 to the pin maybe. So yeah, saying about 230. So it's a long way in, maybe just about 225. So I'm going to give it a crack with the 5 wood, try and peel it off the tree in the distance. The aim is really just to get it down there a little bit, not trying to kill the ball. Trying to just carry it and a shot up there, give me a shot onto the green with my 3rd, and then hopefully 2 putt for a par. 5 wood in hand, nice and gentle, good swing, peel it off that tree. Sort of push back towards the hole, but slightly off the back foot because it is into wind, so nice steady swing. annoyingly really happy with that connection there. Just didn't quite finish the shot. That's kind of why it's peeled out right. So what I'll do now is I'll try and intentionally draw it. Okay, that one, straight at the pin. Let's go and find them. Okay, so 2 shots there, had to drop a ball. Might find the first, but it was slicing quite far to the right, so not 100% optimistic. Second shot, really happy with that. That sort of peeled off that tree, a bit more of a bullet, and come out really straight. So I imagine that's going to be quite far up there. As I said, try and find the first, but not feeling hopeful, so we'll see. Okay, so managed to find the first ball in the rough over there. Didn't film because those guys were teeing off. Felt a bit awkward. Sort of chipped it out, and we've ended up just up here. As you can see, the second ball I hit has come all the way up here on its own. So that was a much better shot, really happy with that. Good recovery shot on the third, to be fair, at the rough. So chance for a birdie, and then if not, hopefully a 2-putt par. Okay, so currently 8th over par today. Wasn't really expecting to set the world alight today. Feel a little bit awkward filming, so it'll take a while to get used to it. Okay, so dog leg left here, par 5. Shot through the trees to begin with. They're like rugby posts on this hole, so any drive that goes remotely down the middle and misses those trees is cracking on this hole. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and peel this off the left-hand side so that it comes back into the fairway. A little bit of a spray and pray, I guess. Let's have it. Okay, found the fairway. Next shot, let's go. So, got to be happy with the fairway there. Ball went quite high. I think the wind helped me out a little bit. So, not going to complain. Next shot, I'll show you, but it's probably going to be at least 300 yards in. Maybe I'll get a bit lucky. Maybe a 5-wood again. I'm going to try cut the corner, get it up towards the green. I'll probably never reach the green from where I've landed, but should give me a good look to get up on the green for free. But again, trying to 2-putt for a par, and maybe if I'm lucky, sneak a little birdie. Let's go. Just starting to catch the group in front. Again, got about 258 yards here. So probably a 5-wood. I don't have a 3-wood. Got a 3 rescue, but always sort of tend to pick the 5-wood if I need to get a sort of shot on a par 5 down towards the green. So lots of sort of risk off the left here. So again, start left, peel it, try and get it towards the sort of front of the green. Anything that sort of leaves me 80 to 100 yards in, I'm probably going to be happy with here. Because it is a long way, to be fair, off the white tees today. So this hole is playing about 550 yards, I think. So it is quite a long one, to be fair. 2 shots on the last hole, which I hit with the 5-wood. One of them leaked right massively. The second one came out really low and nice, and it did leak a bit, but not as much. It's kind of the shot shape I try and play. So when I did that, I tried to hit a draw. So let's see if we can pull that off again. All right. Okay, so that one came out really leaky again. Try and find it in the woods. Okay, so as you can see, we are right behind a tree. So no option here. Just going to bump it out, get back to the fairway and try and chip and get at the pin. Okay, that's all we could do there, really. Okay, so about 85 yards to the pin here. Missed the fairway, which is always rubbish when you're trying to bump out. the one objective really is to try and hit the fairway. So 85 yards, pitch and wedge. Let's try and get it close. Okay, off the back, thinking of that. Wind going that way. Thought I hit that really well, to be fair, but we have just gone over, so hopefully it's caught up in the long stuff. We chip in back onto the green, and that is going to be our 5th shot, so not looking good for the par. Shots like that I think are really sort of important to remember, that when you're inside that kind of 100-yard range, that's your sort of scoring zone. So for me to be basically flying the green there is really disappointing, and it is telling me that I need to kind of work on that sort of range. Of course, is playing immaculate at the moment, so I'm not sure if I pitched on the green very well. I just knew it went straight on the back here, so let's see. Okay, so ball is stuck in this bush. Anything out of it is going to be a nice shot. Okay, so I think it's taken me 5 shots just to get to this point, so not a great hole, a bit sloppy, but putt for a bogey, so let's see what we can do. Thought I was going in for a minute. Okay, so made an 8 there, really sloppy. Yeah, threw the wedge over the green, never good. Putting at the moment is really poor for me, so I need to work on that. And I've also just realised I've been filming this video in different camera angles, so landscape and portrait, and I know probably I should be doing it all in one or the other. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all comes together. Okay, so as you can see there, this is a beauty of a hole. Probably my favourite on the course. It's tough between the 2nd, the 17th and this hole for me. All very nice. This one's quite fun because you're so elevated and the green is all the way down there. You can drive it on a windy day, or if you're a long hitter you'll probably hit it anyway, but for me it's got to be piped down the middle and it's got to be windy. So wind sort of going across today, so we'll see what we can do. Probably expecting to be about 70 yards short, hopefully chip on. It's a par 4, so it's very birdieable if you can reach it, and then yeah, if you're short you can still make a nice par, so let's have it. Hopefully the camera stays in place for this shot, so I'm going to be really annoyed if it doesn't. Driver in hand, green's clear, let's get one down there. Okay, I think I might have had 2 balls off the cart path there, but the first one has come up just short, so let's try and get a birdie. Okay, so got the par. Again, another area for obvious improvement is those little chips onto the green. I just flew that one so short and it went quite high. I mean, I was hitting a 60 degree, so I don't have a 56 or a 52, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I left myself a bit long on the putt. I was happy to sort of get out of there with 2 putt in the end. But yeah, 3 pars today. Onto the 9th. I really like this hole. It's a par 3, normally about 170 to 190 yards, so let's try and get it on the green. Par 3, this is going to be playing quite long today. 6 iron in hand, I hit a 5, it'll probably go over the back. So I'm gonna go for a 6. Still not gonna try and murder it. Nice and smooth. See if we can get short to green, up and down. Let's go. Okay, really nice shot, just short. You take that all day. Bash. So when that shot came out, it felt like I fatted it a bit. But normally I pick the ball, so I'm trying to start taking divots, and getting used to that feeling can be a bit weird. But you've just got to keep striking and swinging, and eventually it probably starts to feel nice. Okay, so just short of the green here. Pin is kind of on its own little platform. No slopes really. It's slightly uphill to the pin, if anything. As you can see, we're just short here, so let's try and get it close. Good shot. Good par. Okay, so 4 pars today, probably about 11 over, I would say. Probably shot like 50, nothing special, but today was more about filming, getting some content. I've definitely found it quite hard, to be honest. Definitely feel very under equipped, so back to the drawing board.